I actually just started working with a nutritionist, and I'm eating so much food, and for the first time, I'm eating like a lot of fiber, which I don't love, but it's wreaking havoc on my stomach because I just haven't. And she said, I think your body has not ever had the sustenance that it needs.
Yeah.
Like she was asking about my eating habits and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah, I've cut carbs for a very long period of time. And she said she thinks I just haven't had. She wants to get me healthy. Before we start trying to reduce calories, she's like, let's just get you in a sustained state where like your body actually has the nutrients that it needs.
Yes.
And when she said that, I was like, aha,
Yes, I
It's
love
I guess
that.
I really haven't been giving it what it needs.
But I feel
thinking I'm doing the right thing, but
that's
maybe
not
I
our
wasn't.
fault. I feel like our generations have been like told skinny is the most ideal, and that's changing now. Like the world is like embracing like being thick
Strong.
and like
Yeah.
that, and
Strong,
being
thick
strong, and like that is such a cool thing to see. But like I definitely grew up in the time where like my butt was big, and it'd be like, oh, you're fat because your butt's big.
Because
And
your
it was
butt's big. Yeah. Now big butts are everything.
Yeah,
People
like,
are paying
pay
money
for
to get
them.
big extra.
Yeah. So
More
it's
BBL.
interesting, like what the media tells you is the ideal standard of beauty, and sort of how that you get indoctrinated young, and you have to unlearn a lot as you grow up and learn to love yourself.
Yeah, and I have, 3 daughters. So body image is something I try to be like, especially when they were younger. They're 19, 17, and 15 now, still very impressionable. But especially as they were growing up, I would try my best, and I'm sure I screwed up, but to not talk about it as like dieting or I'm so fat, I look terrible, and like putting that in their brains. And I think I still did it, and I was trying so hard not to, but I think because then when it was myself, I wasn't always the kindest to myself, and they do hear everything. They really do.
I mean, how often do we have to say to each other, "Don't talk to my friend
don't
that
do
way"?
that. Yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
I say that a lot.
I feel like that's as we're beating ourselves up to the other.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
When you said having someone who has your back,
yes.
I mean, one of the first people to ever truly have my back is you.
Thank you. I'm like,
Yeah, sorry.
Or that
was
person.
a meaningful moment. That
thank you, sir.
Someone just barged in.
interruption.
They were like, I would like some love too. Can I join this?
Can we jump into this? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I have to say, I have this memory. I think it was Aurora, where she came to the show with you, and she was dressed in a little suit. Do you remember this?
Yes,
Oh my God,
I do.
stop.
I do.
It is burned into my brain as one of the cutest things ever, where my ovaries just were glowing. And I was like, shut up.
Don't
Stop it. But you were like standing by the ramp or by the barricade, and like there was a little person behind you. We couldn't see her, and she had like a little briefcase and a little suit on.
No.
And then she like it was like the same outfit that you were wearing, and then she like peeked out, and it was just like mini you, and every woman on the roster at the time was there, and we all like collectively like, oh, like it was the
there a picture
cutest
of
thing
that?
ever. And I think I saw her at TV the other day. Wasn't she here?
Yes. Well, she loves the business.
Oh my
She always has. But she was on the road with me since she was born. I mean, I was pregnant on the road, and then we got the tour bus because, we wanted to have a family, and we thought we'd homeschool on the bus and have our dogs on the bus and all this stuff. It didn't totally work out that way, but she was on the road till she was about 3.
Wow.
Maybe even a little older. And I'd wheel her into the arena on my briefcase. I mean, we had she would come to the production meetings.
Oh my God.
I mean, for a moment, but she'd get on the mic and sing the ABCs or Twinkle
my
Twinkle Little
goodness.
Star. I mean, it was like the cutest.
She was just like, I'm going to wear a suit.
Oh,
to
and
the
then
show.
she said, "Mommy, I don't want your job. Daddy, I don't want your job. I want Pop's job."
Oh my God.
So she wanted to be the boss from the get-go.
the right
And
attitude.
she is the boss.
Amazing. Amazing. Does she have like career goals? Because she's 19 now, right?
Yeah, so she's studying to get her doctorate in physical therapy.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
So she's Yeah, she's taken, I guess, all of the injuries that we
She's
sustained.
like, I need to heal all those broken people. Wow.
Yeah, and she's taken it to another level. But
Amazing.
yeah, that's what she's studying.
That is so cool.
It's so cool.
I had to tell you that. I just remember that so
No, it's so like so
vividly.
I don't have pictures of like out by ringside,
Yeah.
but I do have some pictures. I remember it so vividly, her little suit, and like I have no words.
it was very cute.
It was very cute. Very cute. I'm very blessed. I'm very, very, very blessed.
I'm sure everyone asks you this question, but like if they ever wanted to wrestle.
Oh, totally.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they would have to work really hard, right? And I think, you know, when you are the child of, you have to earn it more,
Right.
quite frankly, in order to appreciate the business, appreciate the people in the business. You know, respect is earned, not given.
Right.
And you have to earn it every day. And I think it would be, you know, harder for them in that respect, but I would completely support it. You know, our business is an amazing, wonderful place, and it can be.
Yeah.
And it's like any other business. It's not perfect, you know, but the people in our business are very special, I find. And I've had the privilege of growing up around all of these different types of people. You know, literally every different kind of person. And what I think is so special about our business in particular is it's like we're all, I don't know what it is, but I say we're all like the island of misfit toys. Like,
Very true.
you know, like
Yeah.
but we're a family. And I feel even our fans are a part of this family, like especially. And you grew up a fan, I grew up a fan. And I grew up in the stands, you know, and literally. And like wrestling fans are my people, you know, that's what I feel like anyway. And I just feel it's such a special environment of people who, you know, really are down to earth, just have a particular set of values, you know, and they know what they believe in. And I just feel very fortunate, you know, to be a part of it. And I would definitely encourage my kids if they wanted to be a part of it.
That's cool.
Yeah,
It'd be cool to see.
it would be. I mean, I don't rule it out for Aurora, you know, but and she's naturally gifted, like in the ring. Natty used to train her.
Oh, so she's like trained.
She
and
did.
buff.
No, a long time ago. Like, and then everything happened, you know, with my dad and the business, and I left. And I think I don't realize necessarily the impact that it had, especially on Aurora, but on all of my kids, because Aurora always saw a path forward through the business.
Oh, wow.
And when everything happened, suddenly that wasn't there anymore.
Oh,
And she had to shift her focus and what she thought she was going to do. And that happens in life anyway. I mean, you constantly change and all of that. But it was a path that she felt suddenly wasn't there anymore.
wow.
So who knows? She might find her way back to it. But Charlotte had a couple matches with her, trained with her.
Oh, my God.
Natty trained her. And they both said, like, what a natural in the ring she was. And so I remember she was about 2 years old. And I'm sorry, I keep sniffling. Hopefully that will do it. Otherwise, I'm going to go get a tissue. But
Oh, wait. They gave me these 2 hours ago on the
they
worst.
did? Oh, thank you.
I forgot. I totally forgot. I'm so sorry.
They're like, the tissues. But we were in Waco, Texas, and Aurora was like 2-ish because, you know, Paul was a full-time talent, and
Right.
I was on the business side, I think, at that time. And the only way we could be together is if I went on the road. So I would go on the road and bring Aurora. And here we were, and it was DX, and I forget who they were wrestling, but it was Sean and Paul, and they were getting the heat on Sean, and then they made the hot tag to Paul, and like I could feel her on my shoulders get excited,
Oh, my God.
and she understood the beats of the match,
Ah.
and it was like I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And then after the match was over, you know, Paul and I always talked about not having them in front of the camera or everything, but He got so excited and he was so proud. He takes her off my shoulders and parades her
Oh
around
my
the
God.
arena. And when he
Lion King.
handed her back to me, her eyes were like this wide.
Oh
and I
my
was like,
God.
oh no. She got bit by the
She
bug
was-
in that moment.
That was it.
And I will never forget
Whoa.
it. I knew exactly the moment.
2 years old.
Whoa.
Yeah. So she'll always be a fan, you know. Does she wind up here one day? I don't know. But yeah, I would absolutely encourage it.
Oh my God. She'll be my boss one day.
It's definitely
She's
going to be
my
mine.
boss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
she is. I mean, she is.
Gosh. Adorable.